What's up, guys? We are back and we are live. The draft marathon continues. We're drafting best ball teams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all throughout the summer at noon. We are doing a marathon here. We're going to keep it going. So today we have a special guest coming on the show. I'm excited for Zanni coming back, the little puppy champion from Underdog from last year. So we're going to be talking about that. And as I wait for him to arrive, maybe he'll get here, maybe he won't. But as I wait for him to arrive, I wanted to shift gears a little bit today and take a look at Underdog. Underdog just added their drafts, like they're back in New York. So we are back. We have Underdog back once again here. All right, let me get your comments in there. But how do you update? How often do you update your rankings? I'm constantly updating the rankings. So literally most days I'll go in and make adjustments wherever needed. So my rankings are constantly being updated so you can trust them. Now, that being said, I've done most of my rankings focused on DraftKings because that's what I've been drafting on. So Underdog's a little bit different, and we're gonna get a little feel for it today. This will be my first Underdog draft of the year. Now, you can't just say Underdog. Underdog has actually put up some really cool contests here, guys. So I want to talk about the different contests that Underdog has this year because they require different approaches. Now we have Fantasy Fling, one of our NFL specialists at DFS Army, working specifically on the weekly winners format. Big article with a lot of research coming out. We'll talk about that. But I wanted to mention some of the other contests. I'm not sure which one I'm even going to draft for today. We'll wait till Ray gets here, if he gets here, and we'll talk about that. But let me go over the different contest types because they're really cool. All right, so this one's called the Marathon, right? And this is a format I like a lot. Now, I'm going to explain how it's different. The Marathon is how I think really best ball probably should be. And the way it works is it's simply the highest scoring team wins, right? There's no playoffs. There's no reset of your scores as the season progresses. Now, strategically, how does that differ from the playoff contest? Well, massively. And I really like the difference, right? So in the contest where your team has to first make the playoffs and then all scores reset 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, building correlated lineups is really, really important. I want to build a lineup that has a chance to kind of beat 12 other really, really good teams during the playoff weeks. And you know they're really good because they made the playoffs, right? So you have to have a special and especially great correlation built, or you got to catch a player that some other people don't have, whatever. But generally, you have to build a very correlated lineup. This format is different. So this is just your total cumulative score over the course of a season. In a format like this, correlation really doesn't come into play at all. You're just looking to score the most points. So this is, for me, more of like what traditional best ball should be, I think. But I just like the format. I think it's really cool. And we might do this one because this requires a little bit less. I almost think this one will mess up the people who overthink correlation and stuff like that, and will benefit those who just pick the best players at each position group, right? So that's the Marathon. Very cool format. I like it a lot. Now, here's another one called the Sprint. And it's not that easy to actually figure out what the hell they're doing here at Underdog. So I was trying to think about this one. And the way this one seems to work is similar to the standard Underdog contest and DraftKings, where both DraftKings and Underdog, the way the quote unquote standard version is you do 15 weeks or 14 weeks, and then the playoff starts, your scores reset, and it's this format where you're just having 1 week games. Well, in the Sprint, it looks like they combine weeks 15, 16, and 17, sort of a 3-game playoff sprint. So I'm going to call this one more similar to the Marathon. Again, correlation, much less important here than just having a team that puts up a lot of points every single week. So this one, again, it does not appear that you get eliminated each week of the playoffs, but rather that you play weeks 15 through 17. The cumulative score of all 3 playoff weeks is what leads to the victory. So again, strategic change, I would say very similar to the Marathon, where we're going to forget about correlation for the most part, and just focus on building teams with the best group of players. I would say in this format also, I would think it's probably beneficial to even handcuff in some spots and just make sure you have a quality, high-scoring team throughout the entire season, because points every single week are going to matter. Yeah, Soup's saying kind of how drafters, is this the sprint or is it the marathon that's more similar to what they do on drafters? That's the question, right? So again, the marathon and the sprint, two really similar formats to me. I actually wouldn't strategically change anything. I think they're both kind of the same approach, which is build the best team, worry almost nothing about correlations, build a well-rounded team that can score a lot of points. If you don't want the headache, I think these formats are much, much better also for sending in uploaded player projection models, rankings, and just allowing the tool to draft based on your rankings. Like, I think that's fine for this format because, again, you don't need to think about correlation, right? There was a whole controversy a couple of weeks ago about one of the DFS sites that kind of built this overlay tool for Underdog, and it was going to like help you with their rankings and correlation. It's just $50 a month, and you're going to be able to see the rankings on screen, like whatever, right? But it was going to help with some correlation. Well, this eliminates that. You guys have my rankings. You have your rankings. We know what the rankings are. So we don't need to have like an overlay on the screen. We could just flip over to the rankings if we want, or upload our own rankings. There's no need for that, right? And in this case, correlation doesn't help. So maybe it eliminates some of these people that are heavy building correlation in these other contests that might do it more aggressively than you or I might do, and maybe that puts us at a disadvantage. So I'm definitely going to favor these contests, especially since on DraftKings, you only have the one format, and we've been drafting a ton there. So let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. That's what I'm saying. Let's switch it up today. Do an Underdog. Continuing on, though, through these contests on Underdog, I want to get into this, Soups, because I don't understand the 1v1. So somebody explain it to me, how they're matching you up with your opponent. That's what's curious to me, but we'll get to that one. So the Best Ball Mania, that's the standard, the Big Dog. The Big Dog is just an expensive version of Best Ball Mania. Best Ball Mania 6 is just their standard flagship contest. You're going to have, your scores will reset at the playoffs, the same what we're doing on DraftKings, reset, and then you have 3 playoff weeks where you have to win your quote-unquote pod, and then in the third week, I think it's a free-for-all to see who wins the whole thing. Okay, fine. Of course, we have the puppy. That was the contest that Zanni won last season, 200K winner. He's joining us hopefully in a little bit here. So he won the puppy. Really good stuff. I would say, personally, $5 versus $3 for the Schnauzer. I'd go for the Schnauzer, assuming it's the same format, simply because for $3, I would, with the same 100K to first, I would recommend doing the Schnauzer rather than the puppy, primarily because while this has less entrance, actually has more entrance. This one has more entrance, but since they're both 100K to first and you're going for first, might as well do the cheaper one, right? So I probably would do this one over the other one. The puppy is fine too. This is sort of the flagship of what I would normally play on this site here. But I mean, the Schnauzer's fine too. The only difference here, same 100K to first, but I'm sure the payouts for the rest of the positions are a lot softer in the Schnauzer. This is another really interesting form. And again, I skipped the Eliminator. This one's crazy. All right. Ray's just putting his Schnauzer away before we start the show so we don't hear the barking the whole time. We got to deal with that. All right. Where was it? Oh, show comments. Yeah, I forgot about this, guys. You're on screen now, your comments. So, guys, keep those comments coming. You're going to see them on the screen rolling past. Keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. All that good stuff. I love it. Right? So, the Eliminator. 17 weeks of advancement. What is this about, right? So, I don't even fully understand it, right? So, the way they set this up, in round 1, you're in a pot of 12. That will be reduced down to 6, right? And then it looks like for the entire rest of the season, it's just you're up against one other person and whoever wins advances. That's a really weird format. My preference would have been, I don't know how they do this. My preference would have been every single, after round one, like it's just the top half and the bottom half advance. You know what I'm saying? Like take the whole number of entrants and just take the bottom half and eliminate them, right? Because this is a really weird format. How do they match you up? How do they match you up with an opponent here? 1 out of 2. So I'm not really sure how this one works, but the understanding is here 50% of the entrants will be eliminated every single week until you get to a final. Pretty cool. I like this format as well. So, I mean, you don't have to finish that high here. 2,400 people will get paid out of the 200,000. So it's 24,000 people. So the top 25% of finishers will get paid based on the math. By week, I would assume by week 3, you're already in the money zone, right? 50% eliminated in week 1. Another 50% in week 2. That's down to 25%. So by week 3, if you just make it 3 weeks in this thing, you're in the money. That's crazy. I like it. So, all right, that's pretty cool. I like this one. These are really fast, by the way. We could do more than one draft over the course of this show. So we'll be able to do maybe even 2 underdog drafts today. I know Pantera, we've been doing tons of DraftKings ones, and we'll continue them. But, we're going to do underdog today. Okay. Eliminator. So that's a cool format. Guys, you get paid if you make it 3 weeks in, right? It costs $10, and the bottom finishers, top 25%, will get their money back, right? And then it seems like every week that you advance, look at how your money works. They kind of set it up pretty cool here. So if you get to week 4, bam, $20. Week 5, 30. Week 6, 50. Like this is how this contest is going to work. Every week that you get in there, you're getting more money. Is it every week? Yeah, because this is literally half. This is the weekly amount that you're going to get until you get to, wow. I mean, you're like week 13, you already won 10K. Holy shit. What a great thing. I love this, man. This is exciting for me. We're doing the Eliminator. We're doing it. Now, strategy for the Eliminator. This to me is cash game strategy, which means build a well-rounded team. But with the Eliminator, I think what we have to add into our mix of thoughts, and actually with all of these, but definitely with this one, is we actually going to have to pay attention a little bit to bye weeks, which I don't really keep on screen, so that'll be challenging. But bye weeks are going to be important. You cannot, in the Eliminator contest, you cannot have a week where the bye kicks you in the balls. That you're going to get eliminated. So I think building around the bye week, as I'm looking and thinking about this contest, is going to be really critical, because even 1 week of heavy buys, especially early in the season, is going to wipe you out. Like, imagine we built a team with all like week 13, 14, 12 buys, right? That'd be really interesting. So, we did that, and we have you'd almost have like a material advantage for these early weeks because you don't have buys. Yeah, we're doing a 20-second. And again, guys, I have not drafted on Underdog all year. So this might go this could get really hairy, right? We'll see, right? I've been doing a lot of best ball drafts, so I kind of know, at least on DraftKings, where the players go. But Underdog, I'm going to be lost a little bit here. It goes fast, as Soups is saying. So guys, get ready if you're going to join me on one of these. All right, so let me just look at what other formats do we have here that I wanted to talk about before we get into this. Weekly winners. Okay. So weekly winners, tournament info, and we're doing a whole article with Fling. We're going to be doing a specific breakdown of this contest, but it seems to me that here you're building a team where you literally just need the highest score on any given week. This is actually, the way this is designed is hyper correlative. So I think this weekly winners format, and again, I'm going to wait for Fantasy Fling to break it down for me. This is the exact opposite of all of the contests that we just talked about, because weekly winners to me seems like a format that is hyper correlative, meaning you're looking to beat out effectively 186,000 entrants any given week. You need the highest score out of anybody in order to cash, right? So yeah, it will be there, and I'll post it. But yes, Fling is not only going to break that down, we're going to have him on the show with me streaming live on Wednesday to break it down verbally. He's looked at all of the research. He's got like spreadsheets going. We're doing this deep dive style. So with weekly winners, this to me, and again, without seeing that article yet, just looking at the format to me, hyper correlative. So the exact opposite of the Eliminator and some of these other ones, where you want to correlate like crazy because you need spike week across the board in order to beat out 186 other, lineups that are drafted effectively similarly to your team. So this is the exact opposite. With this being said, I want to talk about like what I like. Weekly winners requires a ton of correlation. I think what I like is figuring out the strategy for each one, right? That for me is fun. I like the concept of having different approaches to these different contest types. So I'm going to say this, guys, kudos to Underdog. Kudos to Underdog for making a few different formats for these games. DraftKings needs to get on board with this. Give us some variety, not just DraftKings, but the other sites that do this. Give us a little bit more variety in the contest types, right? This is why Underdog continues to sort of lead the way in the best ball streets. And what's cool about this for Underdog is it gives you a reason to want to play different contest types. So I know JMM is pushing for the puppy. Oh, there's Ray. Hang on, Ray. I'm going to bring you in here in a second. Let me just get the screen ready for you. Ray is with us here. Let me get the screens ready. Excited. Here we go. Get in. Oh, get in there. Hang on a second.
Am I live? I'm good.
You're on. You are live. We can hear you, but hang on. I just got to fix up a little something more to get this going. Hang on. Nope. Yeah. There we are. Okay. There he is. What's up, Ray?
Everyone? What's up, everyone? How are you?
Man.
These people don't know it's fantasy football. These people don't know it's fantasy football season. They want to talk mortgages and everything else, Kev.
Jesus, what mortgage talk? Come on, bro.
Mortgage talk on 12 o'clock on a Friday. We got drafts to do. They want to worry about their interest rates and everything else. Get out of here.
Everybody's panicked. That 10-year, the 20-year note just keeps going up. Nothing we can do to stop it.
These rates are gonna be like 10% soon. It's crazy.
You know what? If the rates went to 10%, every penny I have will simply be in some safe instrument that pays me 10%. Happy to accept it. Buy stock market. We're not talking about that here.
We're not talking about that here.
That's
what do you want to do? You want to do the Paulie D talk? I love telling this story. We're going right into a draft. What's going on?
I can't wait to talk Paulie D. But the first thing, I just want to fill you in on what we've been doing so far. So I just went over all of these new contest types that Underdog is putting out this year, right? They've switched it up. You've got the marathon, which is straight score, which I really like. Don't need to build any correlation. Just build a good team. We've got the sprint, which is kind of a hybrid style of their main contest, but instead of 1 week eliminators in the playoffs, they're just giving you a 3-week cumulative playoff score. So a little correlation, but similar to the marathon to me. Same strategy. Don't correlate. Just build a good team, right? The big dog, best ball mania, and of course the puppy, your specialty, last season puppy winner. Those are the same. And then they have two other formats, and they're exact opposites. The Eliminator, which is 17 weeks of advancement. You're building a cash team, similar to the marathon. You just want to build, I think, a really good team. No correlation needed. And then finally, this weekly winners where you need to beat out 186,000 people. It's like the ultimate GPP tournament, and super correlative is the only way to go.
I love that weekly winners. I want to win one of them weeks.
You know what you got to do, right? I think
it would be pretty cool to win one of them weeks.
Fantasy Fling has done it. He's 75% through an article. He's broken down a lot of data. He's got the metrics, spreadsheets going. Just trying to figure out like what approach works for that. I can say just by looking at it, I'm pretty confident that crazy over correlation is the only way to win that one, because you have to beat out 186,000 people in a week, right? You have to have the highest score. That's like a classic GPP win, and you don't get those by building a cash safe lineup, right? You got to get crazy with the correlation in that one.
I agree.
Really fun, cool concept.
No, and we're not Eskimo brothers with Paulie D. I got a good story about Paulie D getting beat up.
All right, let me tell you. I love Paulie D, but let me share with everybody what's going on here. So Ray not only is the puppy champion from last season, 200K winner, but you went to high school with DJ Paulie D from of Jersey Shore fame.
Yes, Paul, if you're out there, man, hope everything's good. What's up, brother? Somehow you see this.
GTL, Gym Tan Laundry. Let's go.
Yeah, but I got to tell the story, man.
All right. Give us the Paulie D story.
The Paulie D story. You want to do that? Are we doing the drill? Want to get into it right now? This is a good one.
Yeah. Wait, which contest? Do you want to do the puppy? By the way, we'll get started.
Yeah,
with
we can do. We can do the puppy.
All right. So anybody who's going to join us, don't enter it yet because I want to start this story. This is 20 seconds per pick, and I don't think I could do a story and draft simultaneous. So
I can get through.
Tell me about. Give me a little Paulie D action here.
All right, little Paulie D action. Picture circa Johnston, Rhode Island, 1999. No cell phones, no internet, no nothing, no cameras, no anything. Paulie graduated a year before us. Him and my friend, we're gonna call him Billy Dots. They had a little problem. So that night, everyone decided they were gonna meet up at Johnson Memorial Park, and they were gonna settle whatever their differences was. So picture, this was like a scene from The Outsiders, Kevin. So you pull up to Johnson Memorial Park. It's around 8 o'clock at night. The cars are circled. Everybody's circled. Billy Dots is there waiting. Paulie's doesn't show up. We're waiting. Everybody's waiting for him. There's probably about 20 cars all circled like something right out of a movie. All of a sudden, Paulie comes screeching into the parking lot. To make a long story short, Bill dropped him once. Paulie jumped out of the car. Bill hit him with like a two-piece. Paulie hit the ground. Paulie got up. Bill hit him again, dropped on the ground. Paulie's parents were there too. This is a key part of the story. Paulie got up a third time. Bill hit him again, dropped on the ground. Fourth time, Bill dropped him for the fourth time. Dropped him on the ground, got on top of him, gave him the dead to right stance. Paulie's mother jumped on Bill's back, started clawing his eyes. This is an honest to God true story. This is an honest to God true story.
What?
Yeah, Paulie's mother jumped on Bill's back, started clawing his eyes. The father grabbed the mother, took the mother off of Billy Dots' back, said, "Your son got beat up like a man. We got to leave." Tells everybody thank you for not jumping in, and they left. Paulie got beat up. That's the quick story about it. Yeah, in front of his mom and pops. His whole family was there, Dixon.
You know what? I'm giving respect. I'm giving respect to Paulie D from that story.
Yeah, I am too.
That's a respect story for me because I'm going to say this, Ray. First of all, for some reason, when you were describing the story, I was picturing everybody like standing, like snapping their fingers and maybe doing a little West Side Story dance, waiting for this fight to happen. But listen, real talk, respect. Kid gets up. Listen, you get knocked down, you get back up. Get knocked down, you get. The father is definitely a real man. So, his dad is definitely like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like not like a dad from today, but a dad from our era, where your dad would tell you, "Take your beating like a man." You know what I mean?
The father did it. That's 100%.
Yeah. That's respect for me. That's respect story. Listen, you're gonna get your ass kicked sometimes.
There was a video too. We were searching for the video. Someone had it on one of them old school like VHS camcorders. When he got famous, we were trying to find the video. The video disappeared. We were gonna like sell it to TMZ or something. Nah,
you don't need to do that. But no, realistically, assuming that story is true, respect to Paulie D. Come in.
Oh, that's 100% true.
Stood back up like a man, multiple times. He could have stayed down. By the way, also respect. You take a couple shots to the face, you realize, hey, I'm going. You know what my sign, Ray, is that I don't want to fight this person. Aside from getting knocked down on that first punch, where I'm like, whoa. If anybody ever tries to like throw a leg kick, I'm running. Yeah, God,
no leg kicks.
I'm probably running. No, but give me a sign that you're an actual trained fighter, and it's not even I'm literally running. Like, it's one thing to fight against somebody who's just some idiot like you, like yourself, like me.
Not a trained
You know.
fighter.
Yeah, not a trained fighter.
This is a 100% true story. This is a Big Johnson story.
I like it. Little Rhode Island, little Rhode Island inside info, guys. All right, Ray, we're jumping in. So anybody in the chat, if you guys want to join us for this draft, I'm about to hit the, we're going for the puppy. I'm about to hit that enter button. So you want to join? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, enter.
I can tell it better, Dixon. I know we would crush for time right now. So
I just want to make sure the timer is right. 20-second per pick. Yes. Confirm. All right. Let's see if this works. All right. We're in. Ray, I have not done many. I've done no underdog drafts this year. Nothing.
These fill up fast.
20 seconds per pick. This is going to be bananas. Ray, I have a question for you.
What do you got?
My feeling is, in this format, the underdog format, we should emphasize running backs massively. Just because it's half PPR, running backs score a lot of tutties, and you want lots of really good ones. There's Soups, he got in here. You want lots of really good ones. What say you, Ray?
I say we want touchdowns. It's less about the receptions, like DK. We want the touchdowns and we want running backs. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So we want those touchdowns. Since it seems like we're picking towards the end of round 1, 1.9. Let's just give a little scroll down here. We may have a shot at Ashton Janty, or we could reach a little bit for like a Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey type with that spot. Whoa. Saquon dropping. And I've also heard that the running backs drop a little bit on Underdog because the best ball bros don't like taking them early. So
the best ball bros do not like taking them early. You can steal running backs in this.
I like it.
I caught I'm a Jonathan Taylor guy. I caught him in the 3rd round the other day.
That's crazy.
That was out of control that I caught him in the 3rd round.
Touchdown scorer Jonathan Taylor. I'll take that all day. So really interesting. I think we might be able to get. I think we can get like a Janty and Derrick Henry combination here. I'm trying for it. Even I like McCaffrey, but let's go Janty, and then let's see if we can get Derrick Henry on the comeback.
I'm telling you, be careful with McCaffrey, Kevin. He married a Rhode Island girl. They're big trouble. They're witchcraft. Be careful with McCaffrey.
Yeah. It's known. It's known.
I'm telling you, Rhode Island girls are out of control.
She might be
one of the good witches. She might be one of the good witches, though. You never know.
Let me tell you something. Instagram girls are trouble. Okay, I don't care if you're from Rhode Island or where you're from. Instagram girls, that's trouble.
She was Miss America or something, right from Cranston, Rhode Island.
Was she?
Yeah. Olivia Cupolo. She's younger than me, but she's from Cranston.
I think her sister was dating Cole Beasley. I strongly feel that he took Derrick Henry. We did not get the Derrick Henry comeback. Taylor or Achane? I'm gonna leave it to you.
Taylor.
Let's go Achane. We'll wait on Taylor. You can get him in the next round, right?
We're not going to win this draft, but
I
thought you didn't like Achane.
I'm coming around to it. I'm coming around to it in best ball. Like I have my concerns in season long. Like I might not do that in the marathon format of this. I think there are real concerns with him as far as like Tua getting hurt again and the whole team just collapsing and being terrible. But Achane, when Tua is healthy, is as good as any other running back. Like his average fantasy points per game is literally as good as anybody. So even as good as Barkley, like he's all the way up there at, I think he averaged something like 22 or 24 fantasy points per game at that point. So I think in the upside format of best ball, yeah, if Tua gets hurt and the whole thing goes to shit, all right, this lineup, this one won't win. Okay, we're going to do a lot of them.
Look at Dixon. He knows about the Rhode Island girls.
Dixon. Oh, boy. Stripper named Journey. Yeah. How are the strippers in Rhode Island?
Rhode Island girls are witches. You got to watch out for them, Kev.
I don't know anything about Rhode Island. I don't know anything about the women there. Let's see what. Can I see the big board on this? All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, here we go. We got the big board on screen. Garrett Wilson goes a little early, I think, there. Bucky Irving a little earlier than I'm used to. There goes Jonathan Taylor round 2. So you're right. Does not last. I am seeing running backs getting taken.
This is a good little group right here with the carry on Chase Brown, Chuba Hubbard, Joe Mixon, and there's somebody else in that group, James Cook. There's a good little cluster like third, fourth round backs that come out right here. Them three guys, and then you got the second tier. Then you got the second tier with Chuba, Kenneth Walker, Kamara if you're a Kamara guy.
Got to figure out how to balance with balance these, the heavy running back approach with getting any sort of viable wide receivers, because the flip side of this concept is, unlike DraftKings where you can fill in with a bunch of crapola late wide receivers that will all have good games every once in a while, you really need touchdown scoring wide receivers to try to win this whole thing. And, those are not as plentiful, let's say, as
what are your thoughts on Kyron Williams this year? People don't like him. I was just
here's the issue with Kyron. I understand why people don't like him. The issue with Kyron is he requires massive volume. Oh, shit. Oh, we just took Terry McLaurin. I was on the clock. This thing needs to make a sound, by the way. There's a setting here that needs to tell me I'm on the clock. So we just auto-picked Terry McLaurin. Apologies for that. But I like Terry McLaurin. I think that's a fine pick. I would have taken Kyron. He went next. I was on the clock. I messed it up. These are coming fast and furious. But what I was going to say about Kyron is his issue was he requires a lot of volume. Like, he's not one of these running backs like Achane that gets it done on 14 carries or something else. All of his damage is done with like these 25 touch games. And, guys like that just kind of wear out pretty quick. And also the Rams in general seem to just move through running backs really quickly. Like Sean McVay just doesn't keep the same guys. I'm going running back here, and I'm just going in order with Omari and Hampton. I want to build a heavy running back approach. We already have Terry McLaurin. YOLO. What do you think? Not a bad start.
I still kind of like Ramondre Stevenson.
No.
I'm telling you, they owe him a lot of money. He's going to play.
If Ramondre plays, that's not Omari, and that's Henderson, but Trevion Henderson will be effective.
Trevion Henderson, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Omari, I know you don't like Najee Harris. So, screw Najee. Now, talk to me about positional sort of, like, how many you're the expert on the puppy draft and on this format. How many running backs do you normally like to take out of your first 5 or 6 picks? Like,
I'll either go 4 running backs, or I'll do what I did the other day in the draft we were in and just draft seven turd running backs at the end.
7 scrubs. Yeah.
7 scrubs.
So
we already got 4. This looks like we're going to be on a 5 running back build with this team. I think we got 3.
Yeah,
right?
We're 3 in. We have 3 already. At this point, I probably need to pivot to, whatever wide receivers are left that score touchdowns. Right? We need touchdown scorers at wide receiver.
Jordan,
there's not a ton of that. Could be a Debo. Looking at the QB position, they're kind of getting eaten up as well pretty quickly here. But I'm a wait on QB guy. I don't really worry as much about the quarterbacks. I know we'll be able to get somebody.
What's Soups doing? How does Soups even get in this draft? These drafts are tough to get into with somebody.
Soup is quick on the trigger. He has been with me in every single draft so far. So very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Soup just makes it. Kenny Walker for Soups. We'll obviously analyze the draft at the very end. But, man, I still like a lot of these running backs that are available. They look really good still. Wide receiver group getting a little thin. I was hoping for Pickens, but he's gone. So we're looking at like a Metcalf who, what do you think about Metcalf? I'm sort of all over the place with Metcalf. I really don't have the highest of hopes.
I like Addison more. Addison's a touchdown guy. He's a big.
Yeah.
Addison's them nine touchdowns every year.
Yeah, he has gotten a bunch of them. All right, well, let's go Addison. We'll take our shots with this guy, see if he can continue the touchdown prominence. Oh, Manchego's in here with us as well. Which one are you, JM? We'll at the end of the draft, we'll kind of analyze everybody's draft in this one. So we'll do an analysis. But Ray, all right, here's where we're at. We got 3 running backs solid. Janty, HN, Omarion. Love Omarion. Could have so many reasons, but one of the big ones is, Najee Harris, not that good. And we know that team's going to push it. We've got 2 solid wide receivers. Can get a 3rd wide receiver. Still some good running backs on the board here. Montgomery, touchdown machine. What's that?
No James Conner.
Not a James Conner guy. Judkins, not on a good team. We're on the clock. All right, let me look wide receiver here. Olave, Godwin. You know what? Let's take a shot here with a touchdown. Potential touchdown.
We got McLaurin. We got McLaurin. Now we got 2 Washington guys.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind that. We got a little correlation. Right? We want that. I would have loved to have the QB. He's long gone.
He's long gone.
Yeah, but we blocked that guy from getting his pass catcher. So we are tied in heavily to Washington, which is fine by me. I like Washington. Running backs, well, you're probably right to wait on Connor there. He still hasn't gone.
I don't like
there
Connor.
are some interesting ones still floating around.
I'm not even really into Montgomery this year either.
I think Montgomery's going to score touchdowns for the team, right? I don't mind him a little bit late. And oh my goodness, if Gibbs got hurt, by the way, we all think about what happens when Montgomery gets hurt and Jahmyr Gibbs goes crazy. That works both ways.
What about the rookie they drafted? I drafted him in a couple 18 rounds in the 18th round. The rookie they had last year, Volley.
Which one?
The running back for Detroit they drafted last year. Volley, is that his name? Satan Volley. Yeah, they have a rookie last year. He's good in Madden too.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's somebody behind him. He's a bigger running back, a strong guy. Montgomery, he's just getting older. Another one of them older running backs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think that if Montgomery comes out that we'll see like a backup come in and do a lot of damage. I think that would just be the Jahmyr Gibbs show with somebody else filling a little bit. So, like, yeah.
Soups knows Valley.
Okay.
I don't mind them, Soups. I got him a couple in these drafts, the last round. It's tough.
What about tight ends? Are you taking tight ends early? You waiting a little bit?
Late. I don't mind. I don't mind rattling off 4 tight ends in the last 4 rounds.
Yeah. Get them late.
Get 4.
All right. Running back position, thinning out. We got Pollard, DeAndre Swift, who, has some potential this year with a completely revamped offensive line. I mean, a really completely revamped offensive line. If Chicago doesn't bring anybody else in, I think Swift will be really interesting. Wide receiver group, still some touchdown scores. I've been thinking about it. I think Ayuk should go ahead of Pearsall. Pearsall just went. I don't think I agree with that. I think Ayuk should go ahead of Pearsall. We've seen Pearsall get it done before. I mean, we've seen Ayuk get it done. I've never seen Pearsall get it done in the NFL. A couple games, but I've never seen him dominate a game. I've seen. Let's see where we're at. Oh, Swift is gone.
We're up.
Ayuk is gone. What the hell? The minute I
speak, quick. We got 9 seconds. 9 seconds, Kev.
Pollard, fine.
I like Pollard.
Yeah, I like having the 4 starting running backs. We're gonna come back on the clock again real quick. This clock is fast, man. I gotta get used to it.
We can't even talk, have a side conversation. Nothing. No. We got to be on this.
I'm not sure how great this format is for live podcasting. Let's give a lot
next
of.
Time, next time, maybe we'll do a 30-second or 45-second one. Plus, the rooms might be softer. You got to think a lot of the best ball bros are in these 20-second ones, not in the 30, 45.
You know what? Didn't even think of that. That's a really smart. That's a really smart point. That's a really good point. Look at these tight ends just sitting there. No one's even touching them.
A lot of the newcomers, Kev, don't even know to flick the thing, and it automatically puts you on the 30-second one, and people won't even click it. Yeah. A lot of the people that are just getting into this,
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab my first tight end here. Hawkinson. All right, so a couple of phenomenon that I'm noticing, Ray. Again, this is my first underdog draft of the year. They didn't have it in New York. Wasn't able to draft here. I'm seeing first that the quarterbacks seem to be lasting a little longer than they do on DraftKings. Mayfield normally be long gone by now on DraftKings. He's still there. A couple other good names, plenty of good names left at QB. We haven't taken our QBs yet. Running back, I didn't really feel that they fell all that much. I feel like, yeah, they were going pretty high. Let's see what our team looks like here. We've got 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. This is a start 3 wide receiver format, correct?
Yeah, 3 in a flex.
3 in a flex, but we really want our running back in the flex more than anything else. So, yeah, I think the running back position probably remains absolute king in this format. I can't even go to the draft board. If I do, I start to lose my ability to see what the heck is going on. Where's the big board?
Really good choices.
Am I tripping? Oh! First of all, we just leveled up the screen.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see
dark mode. All right, that's one thing. Now, how do I? Oh, yeah, here's the draft board. We're gonna be on the clock in a second. I'm gonna be missing picks here, but so Scattaboo, we start getting the secondary. We took Hawkinson, and we start getting the secondary running back Scattaboo going. Pacheco, upside guy. Jaden Higgins could be a touchdown scorer at wide receiver. I like that pick. Jordan Mason, backup running back. Interesting that they're taking backup running backs ahead of, I'm not even going to talk about it because I don't want to mess up my potential next pick here. But Mayfield goes.
I like Tracy over Scattaboo.
I don't know.
Tracy wasn't that bad last year.
He was fine, but what I think is going to happen, and I'm very confident it's going to go that way, is they're just both going to play a lot, and it's not going to be that great for either of them.
Said if Jameis is the odd man out, the Saints might take him back. I've seen that somewhere too.
That would be interesting. And whoa, I love Jamo. If he went to the Saints, that would change everything. I'm taking Travis Kelce here, man. I get it, Mr. Swift. I get it. No one likes Travis Kelce now.
I'm starting to come around to him too, to be honest with you. He's going. What are we in the 9th round, 10th round? Yeah,
you're giving me Travis Kelce. Did I like having Travis Kelce on my team last year when I took him in round 3? No. But at round 10 or round 9, I'm gonna take that. Guy scores touchdowns. That's fine by me. I love that pick. Travis Kelce, as much as he is, diminished and continuing to be diminished, he's a touchdown scorer. That's exactly what we're supposed to get here.
That's what we want here.
Oh, we're back on the clock. Oh, shit. Get this off.
We don't got time to do anything. No talking.
Keon Coleman. Fuck it.
Rashad Bateman.
Oh, too late. I panicked. I was in a panic.
Bateman, we want touchdown guys. Rashad Bateman quietly had 9 touchdowns last year.
He did score a bunch of touchdowns last year. That would have been great.
We want touchdowns in this. He had 9 of them last year, Kev.
Isn't Keon Coleman just a Rashad Bateman clone, but on a different team? Maybe. Like a deep ball guy. But yeah, Bateman would have been a better pick there.
Rashad Bateman balled out last year. If you still look at his stats, you'll be crazy surprised on what Bateman did last year.
No, Bateman, a lot of people don't remember Bateman was a first-round draft pick in the real NFL draft.
He was.
Yeah, he was a real player. Let's take a look at our team, though. We got to figure out what's going on here. QB position, I don't have anything. I've got 2 great tight ends. I don't really even need a whole lot more of that. We're at 4-4 on running back and wide receiver. So let's take a look at what's left at quarterback. Yeah, it's getting a little skinny. We're gonna have to start.
We don't even need another tight end, Kev.
No, I think
just have it.
Yeah, that pair is good. Although you never know what we're gonna do with the last pick. Did our Dallas running back go off the board? Yes. I'm curious as to where he went because I was keeping an eye on Javonte Williams. I just wanted to get a feel for where he goes in this format. I'm going to show you something in a second, by the way. I had an epic night of arbing last night, and I'm going to show you what I did. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, why am I? You're going to be driving to Massachusetts when you see what I pulled off yesterday.
I almost went last night. I was gonna go to Gillette and go hang out, go out to eat, and figure out that whole app that you sent me.
You should have, because last night was epic. I was getting middles and middling them, so I literally, instead of arbing, I just won both sides of 2 bets. I went up $700 last night when it should have been like normally $70. It was great. My cat is wailing in the background, like your dog. My cat is basically like your dog, but in a cat form.
I got my daughter's cat here. I'm babysitting it.
Doesn't the dog eat the cat?
No, the cat beats up the dog.
All right. I'm going to tell you about a quarterback that I'm a little bit excited about this year. I don't have any correlation to build. I'm trying to see if there's any correlative. Minnesota, Washington, Buffalo.
We can still get like a Jordan Love, Romeo Dubs. We can get a CJ Stroud, Dalton Schultz.
I'm pushing a guy this year. I'm excited about. So let me tell you my thoughts on Trevor Lawrence. Aside from he'll burn your food like Florence, he'll run up in your crib like his name was Search Warrants. Not just that. New offensive coordinator in Jacksonville, the same guy that turned Baker Mayfield from a washed up, we don't like this guy anymore, has been, into a fantasy stud, right? Liam Cohen.
You know, he's a Rhode Island guy too.
Is he?
Yeah, he's from LaSalle Academy.
I have really. Oh, nice. Liam Cohen. I have high hopes for Trevor. Now, if he doesn't get it done, he doesn't get it done, right? This is his last chance, in my opinion. All right, I'm going Hollywood, and then I got to let the cat out. Give me a second. The cat is driving me nuts.
Soups, you like Bateman? And I like Jalen McMillan too, blinking.
Dude, you can't just pre-game arb. You got to do the lives. They're going to destroy you. You can't abuse it. Making sure your account health is king when you're doing arb betting.
Who you
we took Hollywood Brown.
Kyler who? Kyler Murray?
Kyler Williams. I'm assuming that's the new wide receiver on the Patriots.
We were talking about this the other day, Kev. He's talking about Kyler Murray. I don't know about Kyler Murray. I don't know. I like guys that are going behind him a little better than him.
I'm not a big
I'm a Bryce Young guy this year. I'm a Sam Darnold guy. I feel like Bryce Young turned the corner when he did the Steph Curry right before the playoffs.
I mean, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something if Kyler, if he truly turned it around?
You gotta have a little confidence to throw the pass, turn around, and do the Steph Curry before the guy even caught it. I like that out of him. Remember that play? That was a big play.
Yeah, no. He looked great. He looked solid to end the year. But I mean, he's got almost 2 full years of being terrible and then starting to turn around. Bryce Young, we'll see. I mean, it's a wait and see. First overall pick is always going to get a few seasons to
It's getting a little out of control too.
They don't have the best. One thing not great about this format, they don't have the best. What do you call it? Player cards. You can't really look at their histories here all that well. We're on the clock, and I need another quarterback. I've got Tua here.
We can take Tua. We got the correlation with Tua and A-Chain.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, correlate that. Basically, we said at the beginning, if Tua gets hurt and kind of has a terrible year, then this team is probably toast anyway. So would have liked a little more correlation. One thing, though, I will say, like I said, my style of drafting, where I don't really like to reach for correlation players, I think is going to be more suited for the marathon and the sprint. some of these other formats that don't necessarily force you to get it all done in a single week.
Well, you want to take Brenton Strange to go with Lawrence? What's our plan with Lawrence?
Let's see. Is there anyone else?
Is Bigsby around or Antonine's going probably?
We can get Strange
we got
going.
3 seconds. We got 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Oh, shit.
1 second.
I didn't realize I was on the clock. It comes up too fast. I'm sure that this format, there is a way to get it to make a little sound when you're on the clock, but I've not figured out how to do it. Like, I feel like it does it on the phone, but on desktop, I need a noise to indicate that we're on the clock. All right, so let's take a look here.
I like McMillan. No, I was talking to Binkin right there. I like McMillan, Jalen McMillan. He's another one. He caught that big catch. I think it was the Tampa Bay to get into the playoffs. And he had that big catch by Baker. He threw the gun sign. They gave him the 15-yard penalty, but he did make the catch.
I don't love it this year.
Who, McMillan?
I think Igbuga is going to take the spot. I don't think he's on the field.
It's like we were saying the last time we were talking, though, Kev. What are the odds that that Godwin and Mike Evans stay healthy the whole season?
Yeah, that's how he gets on the field. I don't think he's going to naturally get on the field. So I agree with you there. Let me just look at the board. I know who I want, but I don't want to talk about them, right, until we get there. Unless they're gone. Let me see. No, not gone. I don't want to talk about them. Too many people in this draft are listening to this stream. So I'm just going to keep quiet, but I have he's gone. It was Jalen Wright.
It was Jalen Wright.
I wish I took him on the previous run. Perfect backup for Achane.
I did that in that draft we did the other day on DK. That was the first time I did it. I took Achane, and then I came back. My running back's a little weak, and I came back and took Jalen Wright, and I had both of them.
I love Jalen Wright this year. There's so many paths for him. He's the starter. Like Achane, they don't run one guy in Miami. They run two guys. Raheem Mostert is gone. It's going to be Jalen Wright. Like, I don't get what people are
fighting on the running back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, at this point, there's not a whole lot going on at running back. I'm going to take Shipley, high upside, miracle pick. If Barkley gets hurt, Shipley leads this team to a underdog puppy championship. Barkley got hurt. Yeah, Barkley, he can get hurt. Barkley had a massive workload last year. That can mess things up.
Ollie Gordon Soups, that's the one guy that can throw the wrench into the whole Miami thing that's going on over there.
Yeah, I guess, but what I see with Miami is they run two guys out there. Jalen Wright was taken, I think, in the third round. Like, he was he has draft capital. He was taken in the third round at a time when running backs really didn't go in the first round, right? So I don't know. I like Jalen Wright, but could totally be wrong. Last year or 2 years ago, I think it was. Oh shit, we're on the clock. Wait a minute. Need another QB. Okay, Samwise the Scared. Fine.
Sam Donald.
Yeah.
He's starting to go way too late. It's getting out of I don't mind him.
I'll take him.
What if he's actually good?
He's not bad. Seattle doesn't have much going on, but and on offense, Seattle's really limited as far as like what they have going on offense this year. It's just Jackson Smith and Jigba. I can't even name the other wide receivers. I don't know who they are.
I'm out on Cooper Kupp, but you know who I'm in on? I said this. Montez Vantilus-Scantling in the 18th round when
MVS.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I get it. He's the perfect best ball player. He'll have 2 spike weeks this season.
Remind me at the end.
round.
How many rounds do we have left here?
18.
And we're in round 16. So my next 2 picks are 17 and 18. So we have 2 picks left for this team. We're sitting on 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. We're done at quarterback. We're done at tight end. We can grab another couple of wide receivers here. in a perfect world, and
let's
hopefully
grab two receivers.
Yeah, we're just going to take wide receivers with the next
I'm in on Nick Westbrook Akeem too in best ball.
Little Westbrook Akine,
Yeah,
couple of touchdown guys.
We got Tua. Guy had 9 touchdowns. Even if he regresses down to 6, it's still worth it for a 17th round pick. They signed him to a big contract.
Yeah, I don't mind it, especially on Miami where, they need that third guy anyway, and we have Tua on this team. Okay.
Tyreek might be going. You never know. Waddle might just actually stink.
I think Waddle bounces back, but you're right. He could actually just be terrible. So we got Akine and MVS start off here.
We end up getting Brock Strange.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we have Brenton Strange. We're good.
All right, we got him. I just wanted to see if we had somebody for Trevor Lawrence.
He'll burn your food like Florence. I really think that guy has a shot of turning around. By the way, if he doesn't get it done this year, then I'm going to give up on Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to say he's just actually not good. Like, it's possible he sucks.
I want him to be good.
I want him to be good too. I have him in a lot of dynasty teams.
I want Trevor to be good.
But I think you would agree it's possible he just stinks.
Yeah, it is possible.
They put on realm.
Stats sometimes can be like colluded to one certain thing, but they put on I seen a thing. It was very similar stats. Danny Dimes might actually had better stats than Trevor over the first 3 years.
Oh, Woody Marks, good pick right there. I was going to grab him if I could have. All right, so we will
Bobby
go.
Wow likes MVS.
We're going with it. Is Bobby Wow in the chat?
No, he said MVS is a Bobby Wow guy.
Yeah. Well, Bobby Wow somehow, if you watch Tournament Tactics during the DFS season, Bobby Wow somehow will pull out MVS on those 2 weeks where he goes nuts, and we'll just call him out on the show. And I'm like, how do you know? And he's like, I just know.
Tournament Tactics is my favorite show during the football season.
Just getting on to see what a mess I got into. It's so true, Rich. This was really fast, but I don't think our draft was too bad here, Ray.
I don't think it was either.
Oh, I can't. All right.
Especially we got auto skipped on McLaurin, and then we came back strong, I think.
I'm happy with the McLaurin auto pick. I was fine with it. Okay. What I might have done there was look maybe for a little bit of correlation. Like normally I don't take him because I knew I wasn't getting Jaden Daniels, but I could have just double tapped McLaurin Daniel. Maybe that was the move. Once I got McLaurin, maybe I should have double tapped Jaden Daniels there and just said, fuck it, I'm building around that team. But let's take a look at this draft.
Soups knows what's up.
I'm assuming that JD Maggio is the JM Manchego in the chat. Oh, no, he's Marion John. Okay, well, I wouldn't have guessed that. So there we go. All right. So who else is in here? We got, it's not JD Maggio. It's Marion John, who is JM Manchego here in the chat. We got Soups in there. Is anybody else in the chat in this draft with us that we want to look over your draft and talk about it? The Otter was not at 9. My guy, Sean. The Otter was at 9 right after me. So I don't know what he means.
Is Otter one of the teams?
Otter was at 9. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Come on. Smash it. Let's go. We got about 100 people watching live. That's pretty good, Ray, for a Friday afternoon, Memorial Day weekend. I think it's pretty good. All right, let's go through some of these drafts and talk to it. The Soups, of course, is in here. He loves the critique. Soups goes 4 running backs in the first 5 picks. A little bit of kind of what we were talking about there, right? Can't complain about any of these guys. Bucky, Chase, even Kenny Dubbs, fine by me. All great. Mixes in Mike Evans in the middle there. I'm not a big Mike Evans guy, but he's a touchdown scorer. If I'm going to play him, in best ball, that's great. Jacoby Myers, yeah, it's a little soft here. Jacoby Myers, not much of a touchdown scorer.
He's more of a DK play, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, a little bit more probably of a PPR guy. But, there wasn't a whole lot of great left at this point. I'm assuming the draft was coming around this way. Yeah, it was. So, you got some studs. We took Debo in that round. Godwin goes. After Jacoby, Olave, not a whole lot of good. That's kind of the last of the good wide receivers. I wouldn't have minded Ayuk there, right? But he got Jacoby, then Caleb Johnson. And so what I'm seeing here is this is a really strong running back group, but maybe a little soft at wide receiver with Higgins, Bateman, Christian Kirk. So makes up for it a little bit later. I love the Baker Mayfield pick here. It's just late to get Baker Mayfield. I like that.
It's night and day from DK with the quarterbacks, Kev.
Yeah, which is, I think this is the correct way to do it. I think you should wait. Baker Mayfield, even though he had a good year last year, is he really that different from Bo Nix or Jordan Love or one of these guys you're getting like 5 rounds later? I don't think so. Like Baker Mayfield's going like round 4.
DK is going like round 4, right?
Yeah, he goes in the elite tier. I agree with this approach. I think that underdog drafters are a little bit sharper in terms of the ADPs. So Soups basically went heavy running back early and made up for it late with a bunch of wide receivers that have some upside. Kirk, Jalen McMillan, I don't love it, but we'll see, right? Xavier Legette, I do love it. I think he could be a touchdown scorer as well. Triple tap, tight end, Gesicki, Schultz, Taysom Hill. Gesicki I like, but I think this will be a weak spot on this team.
He's got the McMillan Evans Baker combo. That's why he went with McMillan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that made sense. Except,
and he's got the correlation with that we're playing the Panthers twice with Legette. And I see you, Soups. I see what you're doing.
Soups is very strategic. I mean, in these drafts.
He's got Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's in that division. He's going to play Baker twice. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. All right. I feel like we had somebody else in the draft here with, Marion John in the draft. Jay Manchego gassing me up all week. Do underdog. I like underdog. Do some underdog. I think Jay Manchego, and I don't know if I'm saying the name right. I think I am. I believe he's in like a place that doesn't have DraftKings, like maybe like Maine or something. I think that's what he was saying. Dart. So I'm going to fill you in on this. There's no news that says he's going to be the starting. There's none of that. But the news out of Giants camp is that Dart has looked good. That's the only news. He's looked good. And I personally believe, so here's my theory on this, Ray. I believe that the Giants coaching staff will get fired if they just start Russell Wilson and suck all year. I don't think that Dayball and that whole group will still be there. They will get fired. So they're going to have to, just for the hope of the franchise, I'm assuming they're going to play. They're going to kind of like be kind of mid or bad. And by 6 to 7 weeks into the season, maybe 8 weeks, at some point they're going to switch over to Dart. That's my prediction. Will it happen? I don't know.
I can get behind it.
Yeah, that's just my prediction. I think they don't want to get fired. All right, let's take a look at Marion John. I don't want to ask what the name means. I'm just going to ignore it and go right into it. Malik Neighbors, great. JT, Devontae Adams, touchdown score. I think Devontae Adams might be like that guy that you wish you drafted this year in this format. Keep it in mind, Ray. It might be Devontae Adams. Like Matthew Stafford is a kingmaker, even more than Aaron Rodgers is. No, all right, let's not go crazy. But Matthew Stafford is a kingmaker for wide receivers. He's done it everywhere he's been. So I don't think Devontae Adams loses much by going to that team. And I don't even think Puka really hurts him. Devontae and Puka play completely different roles. It's very George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb-esque to me. Puka operating in the middle of the field. Devontae operating on the outside. Back shoulder throw. Touchdown. I love it. I think Adams, if he stays healthy, is going to break DFS this year, is going to break best ball this year. there is a version of this season that plays out where Devontae was that guy. So don't ignore him. I don't think I can do another one here. It's 1:00. So oh, it's okay. The wife name.
I'm gonna
All
jump
right,
into some homes, Binky. Maybe I'll see you around. I'm gonna do a couple drafts.
oh, there you go. Yeah, keep them going. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to do another one. This took longer than we did a lot of talking through it. But let's go through Marion John's draft here. So Devontae Adams, Joe Mixon, fine, right? Great last year. So the only negative I've got here is this is a slow start at running back for you, Marion, JM. So we'll see how this one plays itself out. Okay, it gets a little stronger here at the end, but Ridley, lots of upside. Jerry Jeudy. That's all I'm going to do for that. I don't fucking know. Jerry Jeudy, I don't know. Cleveland, who's the quarterback? I don't know.
That's funny.
You ever see that meme?
I don't know either with Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, there's that meme where the guy walking through ESPN and he's just like, that's how I feel whenever I say, I got to get that going for this. DeAndre Swift is cool. I like that. Pacheco, lots of upside there. So makes up for the slow start at running back with a couple of late upside guys at running back position. High upside tight ends, Jonnu Smith, get the rookie Tyler Warren in there. Betch, fine at this spot. Trey Benson, a guy I've talked about all offseason. If James Conner gets hurt, this guy could win you your league this year.
I got a problem with Trey Benson.
Which is?
He stinks in Madden. I'm a John Madden football player, Kev. I play one video game. I play Madden football. I play with these kids all across the country. We do the franchises. My running backs the past 4 years with Chubba Hubbard. Then I had Chase Brown. Then Ray Davis, who was good. Trey Benson stinks in Madden. Madden knows sometimes. I'm telling you.
The crowd is gassing us up to do another draft. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do another one after this.
I'll do it.
You can hang around, Ray? You want to hang around for another one?
Yeah, I'm down for
right.
another one.
We're going to do another one after this, guys. So stick around.
Madden knows. You're going to remember I said that. I'm big in the Madden weeds.
We're going with the Madden indicator that Benson is actual not good. For me, I'm not going to judge. I don't know if a player is good until I see him on the field. And if he sucks, he sucks. But running backs, I used to think Chuba Hubbard sucked, and now he looks pretty good. So I don't know.
He's got fumbling problems in Madden. He has no shiftiness whatsoever. Madden knows it's 2025. They put these people on like them things and get their movements and everything. He's awful in Madden. He's my running back. I'm trying to trade him.
Let's do the marathon on the next one, by the way. Don't trade him away. Do not trade him. Wait.
No, I'm trying to trade him in my Madden.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Madden, you can trade. Yeah, I was going to say, he's not a guy you want to trade yet. So again, Marion John's draft. So Mason Taylor, Jets tight end, gets Matthew Stafford to correlate here with Devontae Adams from earlier. So I like that. I like that quite a bit. Jackson Dart, the upside dart throw, as we like to call him. There, Roman Wilson. Clearly, JMM's watching these streams because that's one of my late round guys that I really like this year. Roman Wilson, I think WR2 for Pittsburgh, maybe, right? He got hurt last year. He was drafted high. They don't have anything else going on. Slayton, I don't like, man. I get it. I understand why he's here with Dart, but I just don't like it. I don't think he's actually going to play much this year. I think the Giants will figure something else out with that spot, but who knows, right? If he does play, the role that he plays is actually pretty decent for best ball. He's kind of like a low rent Martez Valdez Scantling, although I would have rather had Scantling or the guys we took in our draft in that spot. Overall, pretty good, JMM. I think you're going to need some of these late running backs to really pay off in order for this team to advance. I think tight ends look pretty good. Quarterbacks look fine. Running back a little slow start. And I think these wide receivers will be spectacular. So pretty good team. And probably the way that you want to draft on Underdog, which is rely on some late running backs to drive the team to championship and have a positional edge at the wide receiver position. So pretty good. Looking at my draft. What's that?
I was answering Martin. Martin, I got him to a 90 superstar, and he still stinks.
There we go. My draft, real quick. I started. We talked about it up front. I think that running backs are king in this format. We start with Janty, Achan. We get the auto pick of McLaren, which is fine. I was going to take Kyron, but like, okay, we got the auto pick there. So I make up for it with Omarion, Made Omarion, as I like to call him. Made Omarion Hampton. Starting running backs, 1, 2, 3. We got touchdown machine, Jordan Addison in there. Possible touchdown machine from the past that could do it again, and Deebo Samuel. That's my right punk. Deebo. That's my right punk. Samuel. Is he washed? We'll find out this year. Deebo, right? Another starting running back, Tony Pollard, fine. We double tap. I'm really excited about these tight ends with Hawkinson, Kelsey, and Brenton Strange. I actually think we might have weeks where these tight ends are not just contributing to tight end spot. We might even have them contributing in the flex spot. Could happen. And then we finish it out here. Backup Will Shipley. That requires an injury to Saquon to have any usefulness whatsoever. Add in a couple of yeoman-like quarterbacks and our high upside wide receiver touchdown scorers at the very end. I'll take it. Not bad. All right, let's bounce out of this one. Yeah, we'll go back to the let's see. Let's go back to it here. I want to switch it up though. I'm going to give you the choice. Actually, you know what? Based on the price, let's try the marathon. So this is the format. And maybe should we go to 30? Nah, fuck it. Keep it 20. This is the format. But before I do it, I want to actually show you this. I told you, Ray, I told you I was going to show you my ARBs from last night. This is my Pickett, my tracker. And I want to show you what popped off. WNBA. I'm shocked. When we built this tool, we didn't know. Like, we knew the math, we knew the science, but we didn't actually know how awesome it could be. WNBA is a fucking ARB betting bonanza. And here's what's happening. And this rarely happened for NBA games. Simultaneously last night, Ray, Chicago, third quarter spread, I got Chicago plus 1.5 and New York plus 3.5. You're not misreading this. Chicago plus 1.5. New York. So both sides getting plus points. Lock button winning, no matter what.
This is incredible.
I am not fucking around. This is my tracker. So and then I did it again last night. Let me show you the other one. So of course it middles. They end up tying in the third quarter, which caused both bets to win. So instead of making what should have been an ARB for like $12, I end up making $260. And that's the beauty of the middle. You know, not going to hit them all the time, but when you get one, this is like ARB Central, like ARB City. And then look at what happened last night. I do the under 118 over 117 again, knowing there's a middle possibility. So I always take those. Like if you give me 18, I win both sides. And of course, it finished at exactly 118. We hit the middle. So I got two of these ARBs middled where I won both sides. Unheard of. Unthinkable.
My mind's blown. I heard you guys talk about this the other day. I said, "There's no way," and then I started looking. This is like a genius app.
The tech that we built, again, when we built this, I did not know how good it would be. So I ended up $740 last night on 7 bets. We sell this tool at Sharp App for $179, and then code Founders gets it down to $150. This is a $150 a month tool. I made $740 last night. This is more of what a standard ARB looks like live, right? This Anthony Edwards one, like, yeah, you know, I focused more on the over because it was minus money. We end up winning the under, so you profit $4. You're like, no big deal, right? Had I hit this other side of it, I would have profited like $18. It's just kind of how I personally choose to set mine up. I usually assume that the minus money side is going to win, so I'll put a little more on that side. But these ones, the middles are just glorious, and they're happening a lot during WNBA. So if you get yourself over to Gillette Stadium. So what happened in Rhode Island? You don't have sports books?
No, Rhode Island. They the twin Bally's took over. We had a little casino here, and Bally's took it over, and now it's Bally's Twin River, and they have a sports app. So now that's the only app you can use in Rhode Island.
Bally Bet is very mid. I have
Yep,
it in
the
New York, and
Bally's.
it's not
So
great.
Bally's is all you can use since they took over Twin River on the sports app. I thought we could still use everything. But I put all my bets in through the Bally's sports.
There's no other sports books in Rhode Island. No DraftKings, FanDuel.
I'm doing it after this, and then you
No,
can't bet on
DraftKings and
FanDuel in Rhode Island.
FanDuel, but DraftKings and FanDuel don't have sportsbook in Rhode Island.
No, you can only use
man.
the Bally's sports book, and I didn't know. I guess they changed it a couple months ago.
That stinks.
Does stink.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But like
yeah,
I said, I live 15 minutes from Gillette. I honestly almost, you're right, Rusty. That's why I live like 15 minutes from Gillette. I almost went there, went out to eat, and I could have did what you did last night.
You know what you want to do? If you go to Gillette, I'm going to just tell you, if you're going to be mobile with this and you want to use the Sharp app arbitrage tool, which you should, get an iPad. Just get an iPad. Cellular connected iPad. It's worth the money if you don't have one. Arbing is a million times easier, especially the new iPads, right? They have this Mac operating system where you can actually have 3 completely separate windows open on the iPad simultaneous. So you open the Sharp arbitrage tool, and then you have your whatever apps that you're using right there, but you have these windows. And now when you click bet now, boom, it just goes right to the app, opens it in the window, bet now. It takes seconds. Like you do it super fast. So you can actually nail arbs that even for somebody on a desktop, there's all this scrolling, there's geolocating, there's all this delay. If you're on the iPad is the pro way to do it. And especially because you can have everything open. So like when you're doing an arb, you want to hit bet simultaneous. You want it bam, bam, same time. So you're making sure you get both sides, because every once in a while you get one side of the bet and the other side doesn't come through. And then you got to like, oh shit, they canceled on me, or they changed the odds. You got to look. It's not all fun and games in the sense that there is a skill to this, but you figure it all out within a couple of days. You're like, oh, okay, that happened to me. Like I got burned a couple times with odds changing, and then I've gotten middled and lost. The same way you saw those wins. Sometimes the odds change. I wasn't paying attention to it closely, and like it's over 17, under 16, and then it ends at exactly like 16. You know what I mean? Like in between, I've lost both sides of a bet a couple times when I wasn't paying attention. So speed is king. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to do 20 seconds because I don't want to take forever here, right? But Ray, we're switching up the. What's that?
I haven't done a marathon yet.
I like this format. So the marathon format, and I'm curious to see how it goes. But the marathon format to me, there's no need for correlation. You know, I'm going to go to 30 seconds. Let's. All right. For anybody who wants to join, is anybody in the chat going to join us? Should we do a 30-second? A little slower so we could talk about it. I'm going to do 30. I think I want to talk about it a little bit more. Let's see how quickly.
Give me 2 seconds. I got to go feed the dog.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to join this draft here. 3, 2, 1, confirm. And this is the marathon format. Uh-oh. It's dead. We might not be able to do this on stream. Nope. I'm leaving it. I could see there that at least that marathon format, if we do the 30-second, is way, way too slow to fill. I'm going to try it on the 20-second one, guys, and we'll see if these are also slow to fill or not. So here we go. I'm going to do the 20-second. I just left the 30-second one. I'm going to try the 20-second one. Confirm. All right. Ooh. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. This is let's see how quickly this fills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. If it doesn't fill quick, we'll just punt this and go back to the puppy. Marathon format, remember, this is the version of best ball where it does not matter about correlation at all. You just want to pick a good team. You know what? I'm not seeing this thing filling either. I'm going to bounce. Nope, left it. Too slow. Not good for streaming. So we tried the marathon. Too slow. We tried the 2 different versions of it. What was the other one that I thought looked cool? The Eliminator. All right, let's try the Eliminator then. Eliminator concept. Actually, this is even better. $10, a little cheaper. And the way, again, this contest works, it's only 7.3% filled. The way this contest works, it's like a cash game where half of the entrants get eliminated every single week. Let's see if we can get in here. So I'm going in there, the Eliminator, $10 contest. Filled. Okay, here we go. This one looks like, there we go. All right, these are filling faster. All right, the Eliminator, guys, $10 contest. Get in there if you want. Yeah, Soups is using the ARB tool. It's a money-making machine, guys. The ARB tool is a money-making machine. It's like crazy. It almost feels too good to be true when you're doing it. And you're like, how is this real? How am I allowed to do this? If you're in a betting state, and if you're a person that has lost money betting on sports, and you're not taking your money back from the sports book using the arbitrage tool, I don't know how to help you anymore. Even if you haven't, if you just want to make some money, if you need a side hustle, that's what you should be doing. I sat down for 20 minutes last night. Literally, my wife's like, come down for dinner. I'm like, yeah, just a second, babe. Boom. Knocked out a couple of these, $700 a night. Most of the time, though, you see, like most of the time, you're just making these nice little profitable days. You're having these nice little profit days. Where was it? Where is this thing? Let me show you. I mean, it's just like green all the time. And whenever I don't do ARBs, like this month here, oh, you got in there, Stoops? Nice. Maybe don't do ARBs. Like this day, I was just betting on UFC. I was in Florida for that week. And I took a loss, whatever. I made it back. So I can still do my normal betting a little bit, take my L's. These were the 2 days where I fucked up the middles. And so I ended up taking little losses last month. But overall, this tool's been spectacular.
I'm back. We're going to give Nacho one chance. See if he bucks. He's being good so far.
All right. Oh, boy. Nacho in the house. I'm worried, but I think he just doesn't like Pete Overzet. That voice was
one chance. He's not barking. Uh-oh. Hang on.
It's not going to work, man. I can't deal with that. All right, so we are drafting, guys. We are in the marathon. Nacho is going crazy. We cannot have Nacho on stream. That will be a disaster. So again, what are we in? We're in the weekly winners format where we need to draft a high floor team. Correlation does not matter here. Running backs are going to be king. Soups is in here with us. Yeah. Dude, just do the live, man. Avoid pregame. I've told you guys, it's really important to watch my videos. If you're doing the ARBs, pregame, you want to focus on, use the exchanges, ProfitX and Novig, right? We're on the clock. Here we go. Start them off. Genty, McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, all available to us. I'm going to go CMC. Fine. CMC this time. Oh. You're doing lives? Yeah, I love Genty too. I think McCaffrey, like if he stays healthy, we're that's a league winner. It's a league winner. The other thing, Soups, when you do live is like focus on my advice would be focus on like FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars. There are certain books that are just going to limit you, like BetMGM. Certain books, there's nothing you can do. BetMGM, Bet Rivers, ESPN Bet. A lot of those kind of what I call secondary or promotional books, Fanatics, they're just going to limit you really quick no matter what. Those guys will limit you no matter what. If you start winning, they don't like letting people win. So those sites are going to just automatically limit you no matter what you're up to. All right. We are in the Eliminator format. Every week, half of the field is eliminated in this format, right? So there is no benefit here or even concern about building correlation. All we have to do is be in the top 50% every week. If we could do it for the first 3 weeks, we will be in the money. So really, the goal is to get past the first couple of weeks of the season.
Soups is you're an animal, Soups.
Jacobs. I mean, players are disappearing fast. I'm going to take London here. Dreezy London, 2.6.
Who did we get in the first round?
I got Christian McCaffrey in round 1. I chose him over Janty in this one, but I could have taken Janty there as well. Really interesting in this format that the running backs went a little faster even than you would expect. Like Derrick Henry, HN, Taylor, all gone by my second. Bucky Irving, all gone by my second pick. So
I haven't done one of these yet. I'm actually interested in how this works.
Remember, this is the exact opposite strategy of the playoff version. In this one, though, we do have to pay attention a little bit to bye weeks, which I'm not paying attention to, so not great. But,
bye weeks, my weeks.
One bad week and you're gone. It's 1 week and you're out. You're out. This is not weekly winners. This is the Eliminator. So if you're not in the top half any week, you're gone. So a well-rounded team is really what we want to build here.
Is this like the thing where you want to do the raise ante special and take 4 quarterbacks, like box people out? Like, is that a strategy for this?
No, not here. Definitely not here.
No.
We don't. This one, again, it's the exact opposite. Correlation does not matter. You just need bodies scoring for you every single week on this one. You've got to have healthy bodies in there putting up points. I think running back is going to be king. I don't mind having like a Josh Allen. I think a super elite quarterback might actually give some edge here, but we need touchdown scoring running back. And look at the running backs, man. They got eaten up. They got eaten up early.
James
QB. Yeah,
James
dude,
Cook.
I'm taking Josh Allen, man.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is, in this format, having a quality quarterback that can get you 30 might actually be an edge. I don't know. We'll see. This could have been a disastrous mistake. James Cook is still there. Soups is going to probably grab him. Yep, because he's here listening. So there you go. Lamar Jackson. Do you like Josh Allen over Lamar this year?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like Josh Allen more than Lamar. Maybe it's because I don't like the Ravens, but I like Josh more. I'm a Bengal guy.
Razor Bengals.
Razor Bengals. I've been a Bengal fan my whole life in Tom Brady country.
Really? How the hell are you living in Rhode Island and not a fan of the Patriots?
I'm a Bengal fan. First game I ever watched, the Bengals Niners Super Bowl.
You know what? Respect for that. Respect for that, because you've suffered as a Bengal fan for a long time.
And I made my poor daughter suffer too. My daughter's 19. I had to dress in Bengal stuff when she was a baby. They went to the Super Bowl in LA. She goes, "Dad, we're going."
That's long suffering. That's long suffering right there.
Yeah, my daughter, I have baby pictures of her 19 years ago in Bengals stuff. Always, she's a Bengals fan too. Now it's cool to be a Bengals fan.
Crazy.
We went to LA when they had the Super Bowl, everything. Partied with all my Bengals people, the whole thing. Had a blast.
Interesting in the sense that you know, the Bengals are awesome now and a super fun team to watch, but much like the Jets, they were a disaster to be a fan of for like the last decade or two.
Oh, yeah,
no fun.
The Kyle Pickens, the Donnie Scotts, the Kajana Carters, the Dave Klinglers, the Achilles Smiths.
It was so bad. And making it even worse in my mind is the fact that you are then subject to torture by all these Patriots fans who were enjoying championship after championship.
And they're the worst
fans
around now.
All right, so here we go. Again, Eliminator format. Every week, you got to have the high, so you got to be in the top half or you're done, right? So we just want to stack points. I'm not looking for crazy upside guys here. I'm looking for yeoman-like scorers who will make sure that I get through the week without a shitty score. I need touchdowns. I need just production from every spot on the team. This is ADP of 56. Did they take him? No. Okay. So I'm targeting for my next pick. Of all of these running backs, I'm taking RJ Harvey. Dude, I love RJ Harvey this year. I don't know. We haven't talked about him, but Harvey should have the full 3-down workhorse role for the Broncos. No competition, no serious touch competition. plenty of draft capital. Guy, maybe less exciting of a dynasty guy because he's old. He's coming out at like age 25. But as far as his outlook for this year on an ascending Denver Broncos offense that looks like it's going to kind of like ascend to an elite level this year, I like running backs on teams that score a lot. We have 3 running backs right now: McCaffrey, Made Omarion, and RJ Harvey. A little dangerous to have a couple of rookies in there because, you hope they don't start out slow. That's the concern I would have with rookies in this format. There's no time to start slow in this format. You need to be winning. You need to be in the top group every single week, no matter what. So there's no leeway here for a slow start. You just got to get it. Get it week 1. Get in, get to it. No time to wait. We'll see how that goes. But at the same time, we need players scoring from us at all the position groups. So we took an elite quarterback, and when you do that, you're kind of at a little disadvantage everywhere else. Okay, we're on the clock again.
What about Sam Laporta? He's a touchdown guy.
Laporta's still there? All right. Yeah. Samwise, let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything to do with Detroit is a touchdown guy, right? Like the Lions just score a lot of touchdowns. That offense is so fun. Once, 3 times a season in DFS for the Lions, you're going to have like some crazy 3-man stack or 4-man stack just win the tournament, the DFS tournaments that week, because they're so freaking good.
That's what won me the fast puppy.
Was it a line stack?
It was Jameson Williams and Jamar Gibbs, that 49er game, the last game of the year. I needed 32 points out of the 2 of them going into the game.
Yeah.
And Jamar and Jameson Williams ran a touchdown in. I said, I'm down to like 17 points. And then Jahmyr Gibbs ran that 40-yard touchdown in with like 3 minutes left.
How nervous are you watching that all go down? Are you shitting bricks?
Dude, I had a feeling I was going to hit it.
Did you?
I was with three of my friends were with me. We were watching it. And one of my friends looked at me. He goes, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to bust this 40-yard touchdown for you. I go, Mike, I know he is. And he did it. And I didn't even look at my phone. They're like, did you win? I go, yeah, I won. I didn't even look at my phone. I knew I was in first place.
You're like the people who blow something up and just turn around and walk without turning around and looking at it.
I knew it. As soon as he ran that touchdown, I go, holy shit, I just won $200,000.
We need a slow motion image of you just like walking out of the room, throwing your thing up, like,
yeah. I didn't even look at my phone. I didn't even look at my phone until everybody left later on that night.
I was going to take Godwin there, and now he threw me for a loop. Wide receivers, Diggs, Pearsall, Reed. I'm going to take Steffi Diggs. We talked about it before. No one really knows who the prime wide receiver is for New England. Maybe it's Diggs. And we're very light on wide receivers, so no choice. Ayuk, I like that pick as well. I could have taken Ayuk over Diggs, really. And I like that Ayuk went ahead of Ricky Pearsall. I feel like I talked about this in the previous stream that, why the fuck is Pearsall being taken ahead of Ayuk? He's never done anything. Pearsall has no cachet. What the hell's he done? He's done nothing. We've got, let's see here, 3 running backs.
He did get stabbed.
What's that?
He did get stabbed. What did he get? Shot, Ricky Pearsall? Shot, right? He got shot.
Yeah, something like that happened. Yeah. He started off slow, I guess, because he took a bullet.
He got shot. Some guy tried getting him for his watch and shot him. And he came back. He came back good. He was part of that Lions game, that last one. And some guy had Ricky Pearsall. And I was like, this guy, and that was the thing with, could he jump me? And Ricky Pearsall had like a 17-point game that game. He
had a decent game, but there's no cachet there. He's not proven anything. Certainly not proven that he's going to play ahead of Brandon Ayuk. Maybe, but you know what? With all the shitting on Ricky Pearsall that I just did, if he lasts this long, I'm going to take him. If he doesn't last here, there are still some other names. Oh man, is he in the chat with us? Yeah, I was thinking about the guy right before me. Golden, Josh Downs. Let's go Josh Downs here. I think Matthew Golden has some touchdown upside as well, but I don't think it's a great idea to build this team around rookies. You know, guys that are going to take a minute to get going, that's not who we want here, Ray. We need scorers like right now.
Who do we
Week
got?
one, you're in the bottom group, you're gone.
What do we got? Josh Downs, Diggs, and London?
Yeah, we're looking pretty soft at wide receiver here. We need some help there. We're just going to go very heavy wide receiver late. We've got Sam Laporta, really solid tight end. So, you know, don't need to like get crazy there. We'll take a few late. Running backs, we have 3, I think, solid ones. I'm going to try to get one more and then shut it down or maybe pick one very late, right? And then wide receiver, we're going to need to do some work. Got Pittman. I want to, Higgins, touchdown guy. Rashid Shaheed could work. Bateman, we talked about him on the last one. So Mims Jr. also a guy I like a lot.
We can come back at wide receiver. We can rally back to wide receiver.
All right. Now that Soups is off the board, I'm going to tell you who I want to go for here is Javonte Williams. That's my guy, man.
That's your guy. That's your guy.
Yeah. Javonte, let's go. Got him. Oh, he's the starting running back for the Cowboys? Oh, the only competition is a 4th-round rookie? And I got him in round 9?
I'm starting to get behind the Javonte Williams thing. I wasn't into him, and then one of your shows you started talking to him, and he's a lot younger than you think he is, too.
No.
Like Javonte Williams, if you asked me, I would think he was like 27, 28. He's like 25.
People think this guy sucked. The guy looks great his rookie year. He destroys his knee, comes back after the destroyed knee season late, and doesn't look that great. Fine. He was coming off of an injury. He was like on PUP the whole season. Comes back the following year last year, and not super impressive, but primarily because they just never gave him a lot of volume. So I don't know. I just say if we I'm much more concerned with the role of a running back than I am, quote unquote, if he's good. I don't know if they're good. I don't know. I don't know if they're good. Ooh, Shaheed hanging around. Dude, Shaheed is a league winner on occasion. Shaheed will win you leagues. If the Saints get a quarterback, I'm taking Shaheed here.
I had him everywhere, Kev, last year. He's the guy that one of the guys that put me so far into first in all my leagues last year. And then he got hurt. People were like, he got hurt. I was like, it don't even matter. I was like, this guy pushed me so far ahead the first 4 weeks of last season that made them help me with that advance rate. I was big on Shaheed last year. Yeah.
Shaheed was great. And he got hurt. Yeah, it all ended. Okay, whatever. But he was great. He was great last year for a while. And he's been great throughout his career. Like, his role is going deep and catching touchdowns. And when he does it, he usually scores 20 fantasy points. It's the perfect kind of guy. It's similar to the Valdez-Scantling, those picks. I think those type of guys actually would be less valuable in this because we're not looking for spike weeks here. We're just looking to move on. We're just looking to get past the week, right? But you need those spike weeks like coming around, especially with these late picks to get there. But we're just looking to, get past each week here and that's it, right? So that's what we're doing in this format. Just, top 50%. Top 50%.
So how many quarterbacks do we want to go with in this? 1, 2, 3?
Even with Josh Allen, we need at least 2.
We need 2 or 3, right? Because there's going to be a million people with Josh Allen. We got to get different somehow and get somebody else, no?
Look, we got some bye week issues as well here that I'm noticing. We do have to pay a little bit of attention to bye weeks. I don't want too much of that. So Colston Loveland, Tyler Warren. I'm not going to take a quarterback just yet. I think we need another wide receiver. Kirk Brown. Who do you like?
Kirk or Brown. Are we on the clock? Well, shit. We're
on the clock. All right, YOLO. Going with Kirk. Too late.
Kirk.
All right, too slow. He's been okay in his career.
I was looking a little bit. I don't mind Romeo Dubs, but he's far down there.
Yeah, he's not too bad. It's funny that Romeo Dubs goes so far ahead after Matthew Golden, because I think is it a lock button that Golden's playing ahead of Dubs? Dubs had some touchdowns last year. He's a good touchdown scorer, but not a whole lot else. not reliable. But if Hollywood's still there when we get him, we come back around. I'm interested. I think we can use another tight end. We don't need to correlate. Remember that. No need. It's not even helpful. So I don't need to reach for Kincaid. None of that. And we have a pretty good tight end. I'm curious.
I don't mind Kyle Pitts. I don't mind Likely, and I don't mind Firemuth.
Yeah, still good ones waiting down below. Yeah, we can consider Hollywood if he gets there to us.
So what
again, running back group.
You
know what I'll do here? Remind me. What's that?
Are we going for Garendo in this? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes. Yeah, we have to get Garendo. Soups, of course, takes Hollywood Brown, which is why I can't talk up the player before it fucking gets to my turn. Tight end group here. Let's see. What about a tight end? Kincaid, Goddard, Pitts.
I think we can wait a little.
I'm gonna wait. We need wide receiver. Let's go Dubs. You mentioned him before. He scores a touchdown every once in a while. YOLO.
All right.
We have 4 running backs, so we're pretty good there. My issue here is, we have all these bye weeks. Can't have overlapping bye weeks. We got 2 guys week 12 here at the running back position, so that's going to be a problem. Like if we're trying to make it to the very end, we can't have a situation like that. So, that's a problem. We'll have to get some more running back talent before this is through, and hopefully get it figured out. Thielen, wide receiver group getting thin, but I have my next target who's going to give us points every single week, no matter what.
He's your guy.
Tight end. What's that?
Wendell, he's your guy.
Yeah, if he's there, again, I'm drafting after Soups here, so no, Soups is a draft. So yeah, Wandale's my guy. I don't even mind reaching for Wandale. I don't mind reaching a little bit. Thielen, Wandale, not a great touchdown scorer. You want to hear a crazy stat that I'm not 100% sure is even correct? I believe Wandale had one of the highest red zone target percentages of any player in the National Football League, and I believe it was over 30%.
You want to hear something else? Wendell's real good in Madden.
Is he?
He's on my team. He's real good.
How much of your rankings, your personal rankings, is based on Madden?
What percentage? I watch a lot of football, but I play the Madden. I got my guys. My quarterback CJ Stroud. I got Trey Benson. My 3 receivers are Wendell, T. Higgins, and Marvin Mims. That's my offense.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man.
No, I got a pretty good Madden offense. I had a better one, but the league got erased. We have 30 users. These kids are all around the country, and we've been playing together for like 6 years since before COVID. We go through the whole franchise. We go through the whole franchise and everything.
Ray, you know what I think of you as? You're like what every one of us would have been or would have liked to have been if we never got married. There's a dart league. There's a Madden league. There's time to play it. We're drafting best ball teams. It's the perfect life. This dogs barking, no one cares.
Dogs barking. We live in dot leagues. It's nuts.
I love it. You're living the life. We're up next. I don't even know what I have on this team anymore.
And then the good thing is I got my daughter. She can take care of me when I get older.
There you go. That's all you need. Especially daughters. Daughters are the best. If there's a cure for being Anthony Richardson, I don't need it.
Sure.
1 week guy.
What do we take? Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, 1 week guy.
I like it.
We're trying to get past the first few weeks. He will be playing those first few weeks. After week 4, I don't even care that much. I still want to keep going, but those are the weeks I'm worried about. I don't need, these last minute running back type.
I seen you did it. Do you like take Daniel Jones with him? What do you do about
that? Yeah. Back him up with Danny Dimes. I don't think we need to do that here, but generally that's what I've been doing because I expect that Richardson will be hurt and will come out of the game. He'll be gone at some point, right? And then Daniel Jones will come in. I'm not sure if Daniel Jones is any good, but not that it matters correlation, but we do have Josh Downs on this team. So a little correlative with Anthony Richardson. I don't care about that, though, to be very clear. This correlation does us no good here.
Did we,
all right, so
did we get greedy? Are there still tight ends out there?
I think we're starting to get in the risky zone, but there's still a few good ones, but it's getting thin. It's getting real thin.
I don't mind.
I think I know who I'm going to take.
I don't mind Cade Otton.
Yeah, but Hunter Henry. Why are we jumping it? Oh, they took. God damn it! All right, no, Gesicki. I'm going in order. Gesicki had a couple good games last year. Good offense. I don't like Cade Otton as much. Cade Otton didn't do shit once all the guys were healthy. Remember, he had that run, but it was Evans and Godwin. Everybody was hurt, and it was like the only wide receiver on the team left. It was Otton. But as soon as those guys came back, man, he didn't do anything. But we have Theo Johnson. We have a couple other names we can still grab. And we have an elite Sam Laporta here. But again, in this format, oh shit, I'm on the clock. Am I? No. All right. All right, let's do a quick assessment of the team here. This is going fast. So we are in the Eliminator format, top 50% advance every week. We started with a stud wide receiver, Josh Allen, got Anthony Richardson, high upside guy, backing him up. Christian McCaffrey, a couple of rookies, and Javonte. Running back group could get us here. This might be not good. We'll see. Wide receivers, I think we did enough here to make up for kind of skipping wide receiver early. And now we've got our elite tight end with a backup tight end. So I think we can probably, let's see here. No. All right. Most of anybody who's decent at running back is gone. Running backs are pretty toasted. Wide receiver group, not much excitement. Oh, shit. Tight end. I think I got one. I took Otton. Took your guy. Got him on the next round. Mostly because that was a panic. I didn't even realize I was on the clock. Panic pick.
What was it? Panic pick?
That was a panic pick. I didn't realize I was on the clock. This needs to make a noise. I bet it does make a noise. I just don't know how to do it. Like settings. Hold on.
There's got to be a noise.
Yeah, I don't know. I just lost where I am. All right, here we go. Yeah, right? There should be a way to ping. I just don't know how to turn it on. What's this? Get out of here. All right. So I did something, and I no longer have the ability to show the full draft board. I don't know what happened. Meehan on the clock. So again, where are we? We got the two quarterbacks. We are in round 18. Oh, this is the last pick.
Do we need another quarterback? Like, should we take Daniel Jones?
Yeah, I think I got to take Daniel Jones here and finish it out. Did we get 3 tight ends? Yeah, 3 tight ends. Got all the running backs. We got to just take dimes here to close it out. Back up Richardson. Fine, right?
What happened to Garendo? Who took Garendo on us? He went a while ago, but
somebody snaked away Garendo. I did something here where now I don't know how to show the full draft board, and I don't know how to correct it. Normally, I like to go over the draft in full with everybody, but that little button over here is not showing because of this left side thing that I did.
Well, if you hit go to draft now.
Well, let me see. I think I should be able. No, back.
No, that's the other draft. That's the old one.
Yeah. No, I can't pull up the big board.
What if you click go to draft that down there?
Where's that? Oh.
Go to draft.
Oh shit. Oh, there it is. Okay, you nailed it. All right. There we go. All right, let's take a look at the big board here. Finish it up, Ray. And I think the only person we had in here with us who got in here was I believe Soups is in here with us somewhere. Yeah, there he is. So we'll look at Soups and then we'll look at our draft here. So again, Soup starts out.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Soup starts out. Good start with Amon-Ra and Nico. James Cook. Man, Soups, you're.
Come on.
You know what? I kind of like James Conner in this I kind of like James Conner in this format as well. Like, you know, he's going to be good early, right? Wait. Yeah, the last, my pick is done. Oh, I had an extra pick and I fucked it up. Oh, well. Shook. Okay, so we got an extra quarterback. You know what? That's fine. But anyway, Soups, right? Amon-Ra, Nico Collins on the start. Cook, Connor, Pollard next 3. At running back, Jalen Hurts, luxury quarterback. Big scoring quarterback. Reed, then a couple of... This, I don't know if I love this. Jordan Mason, you're kind of taking guys that are for late season in this format. We need to get to the late season. So I think it's a little too soon, in my opinion, on this format type to grab those guys. But yes, I agree. The good weeks early, Connor, you can grab him in this format. You just need, again, our first goal is get to week 4. Bateman, touchdown scorer. Hollywood Brown, you know, we were talking about him. The tight end group, kind of soft, but it's hard to lose based on your tight ends. And just one quarterback for you, or just 2 quarterbacks, and just 2 quarterbacks for you. Not terrible, right? Where is it? Where are you, Soups? Why wouldn't it show what your actual... All right. I got to figure out some things about this format. But for my team here, we started off with Christian McCaffrey, get Drake London, who was really great with Penix last year, Josh Allen, luxury QB, 25-point guy, couple of rookie running backs with Omarion and RJ Harvey. I'm not sure Omarion Hampton's going to be getting all the touches early. I do think RJ Harvey will get a lot of touches early, so fine by me. We get our stud tight end in Sam Laporta. We're a little soft here at wide receiver, so we're going into emergency wide receiver mode. Stephon Diggs, Josh Downs, Rashid Shaheed, Christian Kirk, Dubs, and Wandale. We really just loaded up on our wide receiver position in those next few picks. Got Javonte in there. Love him early. Again, love him where we got him. And then, of course, Richardson backed up by Danny Dimes. Couple of extra tight ends here. So I think this is the right way to draft these, where you're taking these positions, tight end and QB late, because why not? You know, you ain't getting that much super helpful players back here, especially in a format like this where we need scoring early. Oh, there he is. All right, you know, back here. But yeah, so I kind of like in this format how we did it here, Ray, where, you know, you kind of get all your position players out of the way, and then, you know, quarterbacks and tight ends with the last few picks, just get some what would we call them?
I like it.
Any kind of life. And this is a fun format. I'm gonna draft a lot of these because I like this style. 50%, you got to be in the top half.
This is the first one I've done on one of these. I think your end is going to win it.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Well, let's see where Garendo went. They took him from us. But where did Garendo go?
Check Soups' team.
Probably Soups. No, it's not on his team. But I get it. Listen, Garendo's a good player. It's not really stealing it. I take Garendo even if I don't have McCaffrey. There he is. Yeah, so D-Mac looked like he was... oh, look what he did. Whoa. Let's just take a look at this D-Mac guy. This is an interesting approach, and a terrible approach, by the way, I think. But let's just rip on somebody who wasn't in the chat with us, so I don't have to rip on somebody who was here. Chase, Wilson, Rice, Jamo, Kittle, Addison. This guy goes bonkers on the wide receivers early. Gets a fucking... And Odunze. Still waiting. This is actually stupid. Talk about 0 RB, okay? Look at this. This guy, you got to get past the first week, bro. And guess what? You're probably not getting past week 1 with this group, okay? So this guy takes...
Tootin and Rashawn Johnson.
To me, this is a person who did not pay attention to how this contest works. He just was not paying attention, because how the fuck are you getting past week 1 with Bajal Tootin, Tyler Algier, Roshan, basically a bunch of players that will not even play? He's going to get zeros at the running back position. Maybe you get a miracle Algier touchdown or a miracle injury. Listen, Garendo could start. Miracles can happen. Bajal Tootin might be picked as the starter. This is not how you want to draft a team. DMAC 8. No, not good. So I guess some people don't understand the format. That's all I'm going to say to that. That is clearly not how you should draft in this format. Not to mention, in the first 4 picks, in the first 6 picks, he's got 2 names that literally could not be scoring for you if the other guys are doing well. And then again, more guys, only one of these can be scoring, and only 4 out of these 7 or 8 wide receivers can even possibly be scoring for you in week 1. You got to get past week 1. So yeah, a little too long. I like this approach is like more of a try to win the playoff sprint ones where you would have the super elite team and then you hope to luck into some starting running backs out of this group. But yeah, what a weird one. See if anything else kind of stands out as really weird. For the most part, they don't. They all look pretty yeah. If you didn't start with a couple of running backs in your first few picks, you're pretty fucked. So, don't do that if you're doing that. Have you done the Eliminator? Like, did they have this format last year? It seems like it would be very difficult to win it, but also just understand the strategy. The strategy to me is you have to just build a good, well-balanced team.
I wasn't in this one last year. I did the marathon last year. I had a couple marathon teams. I don't think I did the Eliminator, if they even had one.
Did they have it last year? Did they have this format?
I don't think so. I'm not sure, but I think it's a new one.
I'm excited. I think Underdog's doing some cool things with their I've been doing all DraftKings ones this year, but I do have to say Underdog's been doing some good things with their stuff. So, man, this was a 2-hour show. I can't believe it. We kept talking for 2 hours. Mouth is getting dry. You know what I mean? Like getting to that point here. But Ray,
it's football season, Kev. Talk all day long about this stuff. That was a quick 2 hours.
When I get off of this, I'm like on the phone with my friends, like, what do you think of this guy? Or making dynasty trades. It's just all fantasy football all the time for me. So I love this shit.
There was just a trade that came across in my dynasty league. That one I was telling you about. It was, where the heck did it go? A trade has been completed.
Here, I'll judge it. I'll judge it in real time.
Right now what it is. Somebody traded the first round pick 15 for Adeline Mitchell and pick 2.
And pick what? Adonai Mitchell? Useless. Adonai Mitchell's worthless. So who's the other guy?
Some guy gave up a first round pick for Adeline Mitchell and pick 206. Some guy gave up pick 150.
Why? How many people are in your league?
16.
So he moved back 7 spots for Adonai Mitchell. That is horrible. And the worst part of that, first of all, keep that person in your mind. That's somebody that you want to do trades with. The guy who accepted that. So put a little star next to his name as doesn't understand what dynasty is, right? This year in dynasty, there's a massive teardrop after about the first 16 players. Like, you don't want to be pushed back. You're still pick 15. You're getting Matthew Golden. You're getting Burden. You're getting a first round tight end. You're getting one of those guys. With pick 206 in that draft, you're talking about like Jaden Blue. You're talking about like a 4th round running back that has no potential. So that person clearly doesn't understand the format very well to do a trade like that, because he pushed out of the tier of like, you still get a wide receiver that was taken in round 1 now, and he's in the tier of like hopeful Bajal Tootin, not even Bajal Tootin. It's probably like a Jaden Blue slash. Yeah, or the Jets tight end. That is a terrible trade. And all he got was Adonai Mitchell, who's a throwaway player. Not good.
Yep, not good. Back 8 or 9 spots for Adeline Mitchell.
No, unacceptable. But all you want to do is note that player doesn't know how to play and make trades with them. Do trades with that guy. Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap it up here. 2-hour breakdown. Draft marathon Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. right here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. Special guests whenever possible. Ray will be back with us again. I appreciate you jumping on here. The dog's super quiet. Love the dog when he's quiet.
He broke off the chain. That's why I had to leave a second ago. He was at my front door.
Does not like it, but you know what?
Doesn't like it.
You don't want to be outside, but I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you having you on the show. Look at the comments on the screen. We're leveling up our technology on these podcasts. So that was a lot of fun. Ray, thanks for jumping on with us. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. Like, subscribe, notify, tell your friends. DFSarmy.com. If you're interested in the arbitrage tool, that's sharp.app is the website. Ray's in there. Soups is in there. Sharp.app. You want to get on that tool and print money. I made $700 yesterday doing this shit. I make money every day using this tool. It is amazing. It feels like you're cheating. It feels like you're stealing, but you're not. It's legal. It's perfectly acceptable. And it is a way to take your money back from the sports books. Why wouldn't you want to take it back? They take it from you. They love taking your money. Take some back.
I might stay in Massachusetts this weekend.
What's that?
I might stay in Mass this weekend and just mess around with this thing.
Get the iPad, Ray. Get the iPad. You're going to sit there. Within an hour, you're going to print $150, $200. And then you just drive back home. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
I think I might
take
do
advantage.
That.
When you go to Massachusetts, take advantage of all the sign-up offers. There's probably 12 sports books, each giving you a whole bunch of free shit just to sign up. You're going to make – I made $7,000 or $8,000 just when I signed up for all my sports books in New York. Literal cash money in my bank account. All of my bankroll was bonus money that I got for free. I don't know what people are doing. Take money from the sports books. They are ruthless. They are killers. They will murder you. They will take your money, take your house, take your family, take your wife, take your kids. They'll bang your wife and take your kids. That's what the fucking sports book wants to do. They want to fuck your wife.
It's true.
You fuck them instead. That's what we do with this tool. Those bastards. You know what the sports books are? Remember Tony Soprano when he went to the sporting goods guy and he's like, you owe me some money? Now we're partners, right? What happened to the sporting goods guy? His neighbor, Tony, we're supposed to be friends. What happened? He's like, this is business. Next thing you know, the store is bankrupt. The house is gone. The wife left him. He's crying. He's got a gun and he offs himself. We wouldn't, that unacceptable. The Terminator, that was the Terminator.
That was the Terminator, yeah. And they sold the car to Meadow. He tried giving the car to Meadow.
Yeah. You know what the Terminator?
Car, and he was like, that's my friend's car. And Tony
Soprano did to the Terminator? The Terminator didn't, he was done. Gone. We're gonna terminate the sports books. That's what we're doing with these tools. I love it. All right, Ray, great stuff. Thanks. We'll see you again on the show. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Later.